RKO, the infamous NWO, back with another late night video. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh, it's so late. But thank God I don't have school tomorrow, because tomorrow's a Tuesday and I don't have school on Tuesday. If you didn't know that by now. So if you guys didn't watch Raw tonight, you guys already know the news, because you probably watched 101 YouTube videos about this. Edge is retired, or retiring from wrestling. Oh yes, that's right. So if you watch Raw, you know that a little screen came up and says Edge retiring question mark. In your head, you're probably like, this is really weird. He probably just come out and say some random stuff, how he's gonna leave for a while, blah blah blah, something like that maybe, or his Extreme Rules will be his last match for a while or something like that. But no, Edge comes out saying how he is injured, he isn't cleared to wrestle because of the neck surgery he had back in 2003, and he said time would be running down. He would be borrowing time on the clock for as long as he's wrestling with that, since he got that injury, and he's not cleared to wrestle anymore, and he's forced to retire, which is kind of sad because one of the top guys in WWE right now is forced to retire, as he is the World Heavyweight Champion, which kind of makes sense now, seeing that they made him beat Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27 to Edge finally have his WrestleMania moment and walking out as the champion instead of walking as a champion and losing the belt, or just losing the match entirely. So yeah, well, I pretty much watched Edge his whole career from when I was a kid to now, so I watched the beginning of his WWE career all the way to the end. And Edge has probably some of the greatest moments that I've ever seen. If you go back to when he debuted, I remember him being in the Ministry of Darkness. If you remember, WrestleMania 15, he comes down, hands Undertaker the rope, with Christian there too, by the way. And it's kind of funny because before that, he actually debuted in 1998. And how I know this because I was watching WWE On Demand. They had the Monday Night Wars, Raw and SmackDown, Raw and Nitro episode. So I was watching it, and between the two commercial breaks, they don't show the commercial, but they show the promos they used to show, and it had an Edge promo actually. I'm like, wow, Edge actually had a promo to debut, and it was kind of funny. And now 3 days later, you see Edge retiring. So you saw that, and you saw him team up with Edge and Christian, and they faced the Hardys. And if you remember the match, I believe it was No Mercy 1999. Them two had an amazing ladder match, and those guys had a standing ovation even the night after on Raw. And those guys, Edge, one of them, brought up the standards of a ladder match. Shawn Michaels brought up that standard back when he faced Razor, WrestleMania 10, but Edge, Christian, and the Hardys and them brought up to the next level. So Edge was a part of that, and and even moments like in 2000 and in WrestleMania 17, where he's on the top of the ladder and spears Hardy, a memorable moment that shocked the world. Winning the King of the Ring in 2001, 2002, that feud with Angle in the hair versus hair match, WrestleMania 18, seeing him face Booker T in his hometown. There's great stuff like that. 2003, him getting that neck injury, coming back in 2004. I think he feuded with Kane then, and he was in the title picture at the end of the year. He was in the Elimination Chamber in 2005. So he was coming up into that main event spot. He had, between those, he had Intercontinental title shots, and he became Intercontinental Champion. Great matches too, but he was elevated to main event in 2004, beginning 2005, winning Money in the Bank in WrestleMania 21. Becoming he was like a heel at the time, so he joined up with Lita, had that amazing feud with Hardy, people still talk about to this day. And then New Year's Revolution 2006, he cashes his Money in the Bank and showing the capability of what Money in the Bank can do, elevating your career up to the main event, pitting John Cena and becoming the WWE Champion. I remember watching that with my cousin, my cousins actually, and we were going crazy in the living room when we saw that, because that pay-per-view was like, oh my god, Cena won again, and we're like, oh, another ending with Cena winning, and then Edge comes out, and we're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and we're like, yes, 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 oh, going crazy. I can't yell crazy right now because late people are sleeping, but yeah, and then him feuding with Cena, um, even though losing the belt and then getting it back, and having the Summer of Edge and debuting his own belt, throwing that crappy spinner belt and bringing out his own spinner belt with the Rated R logo on. I can't remember. I just love that belt. Yeah, I'm really thirsty right now because I'm sick still. That's why I haven't been making that much videos. Anyways, yeah, having that Summer of Edge beating Cena in his hometown of Boston at SummerSlam 06, I love that, but when we saw that, we knew, because Unforgiven 06, the pay-per-view next month, it would be in his hometown, Toronto, so yeah, I would be there too, and watching that TLC match, him versus Cena, seeing Edge never losing a TLC match, never losing a TLC match in a singles match, which makes no sense, kinda, because they said that, but then technically he lost TLC 3, which I never understood. But whatever. Him losing, but him showing that he'll always be remembered as a guy that was always in those TLC matches and always in those ladder matches. So watching that TLC 2006, not knowing that would be the last time you would ever see Edge in Canada in Toronto on pay-per-view. So yeah, and then going to 2007, him and Batista feuding. Yep, him and Batista feuding, him and Taker feuding, him taking the money back from Kennedy, cashing on Taker, had to relinquish the title, comes back, screws over Taker in Survivor Series. Taker and Edge, phenomenal match, WrestleMania 24, main event. Great match, probably one of Edge's best matches in that high-profile style match. Having a tremendous Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam 2008. No blood was needed for that match. Just tremendous chaos throughout that whole match. He did a spear on Undertaker, went right through the cell. Great stuff like that. And yeah, just stuff like that. Him feuding with Cena, having that one last feud with Cena in 2009. Him feuding with him teaming up with Jericho, tearing his Achilles tendon, going out, coming back in 2010, winning the Rumble, facing Jericho, feud with Orton, feud with Kane, all those guys. Then yeah, winning the belt, and then now we see him retired, which is pretty sad. But 11-time world champion, 5-time Intercontinental champion, numerous time tag team champion. I can't remember, it's so high. I think one of the most held WWE tag team champions of all time, like to hold the belts. So it's not like Edge hasn't done nothing with his career. He's had a high profile career. He's numerous time world champion, numerous time Intercontinental champion, numerous time tag team champion. He started from the bottom and he worked his way up to the top, and it can be said as one of the greatest of all time, and is. He'll always be remembered for the guy that innovated. Not Shawn Michaels, but I would say he was the one that really stepped up the game for the for ladder matches. Like he set the bar to the whole. Like Shawn Michaels was down here, Shawn Michaels was to here, but Edge brought it up to here, doing all the crazy stuff that he did. So yeah, and does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Yes, he does. Do I think he should be inducted this year? No, I don't. I think he should wait till WrestleMania comes back to Toronto in the Skydome and be inducted the Hall of Fame there. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, I'm from Toronto, and we see another great Canadian wrestler, probably the second best Canadian wrestler of all time, next to Bret Hart, and then you have Edge. Or, actually, you can't say that maybe because Piper's there too. Who knows? But he's up there as one of the greats of all time, and hopefully Christian could take his spot over and become a star also like Edge. So that's pretty much the end of my video. So just a video to thank Edge for all that he's done. Wearing my Edge shirt. This is actually my most worn wrestling shirt of the year because love last year because of the cartoon style throwback shirt. Had the chain. I don't really wear this, but I just put it on. Probably gonna retire this shirt now. Don't feel like wearing it anymore. Already had the top rope shirt. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and that's it.